Afternoon, gents. What you got there? Fresh meat?
Don't be an asshole, Bosley, or I'll serve your meat to your mother for breakfast.
That's oddly specific and disgusting. How long have you been dreaming about my meat? It's for sale, by the way, for the right price.
Shut the hell up, Bosley. I've had about enough of your mouth. You've got a new cellmate. Here.
What's your name, dickface?
Dick Jones.
Incredible. You guys must be joking, right? You're pulling my leg, yanking my chain. Look, I know I stole your mom's money, but I mean, come on. Can't you cut me a break? Dick Jones?
He's your new roommate, Bosley. Get used to it. And try not to kill this one.
What did he mean by that? Are you going to rape me?
Nah, not today anyway.
Well then, what am I supposed to do?
Look, man, I've seen some things in here. Dark stuff. Dark times.
That sounds ominous. How long have you been here?
Oh, just 2 days, but what a wild ride.
Are you going to elaborate, or just leave me to what is quickly becoming a perverted imagination?
Here's the deal. My last cellmate died in his sleep. Probably a heart attack from all the pills he bought. But I stuck a shiv in his side and told the guys that I did it. Now, I'm a reputable businessman around these parts.
Businessman? What do you sell?
Toilet bowl vodka.
Hey, Bosley, can I get some of that your vodka?
Sure, bud. How much?
Just one bottle. I gotta get some more dough later tonight.
1 bottle of your vodka coming up. That'll be 5 jail bucks. Oh, and bud, here's some knee pads for later. Try not to take too long. These floors are murder.
Thanks, Bosley. You're the man.
What are jail bucks? And what's with the knee pads?
You ask a lot of questions, partner, but you're new here, so here's the deal. Jail bucks are prison money. You get it by doing a few favors. Generally, they involve something semi-sexual, hence the knee pads. But you stick with me, kid, and you got nothing to worry about.
Weird. So, what are you in here for anyway?
I opened a fraudulent bank and stole people's money. I'm what the French call a con artist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Bosley, you got the goods?
5 jail bucks, please.
Here. Thanks, Bosley.
So, can I try some of your vodka?
You got any jail bucks?
I just found out about them.
Well, normally I'd tell you to get on your knees, but I'm feeling generous today, so the first one's on me. Then, when you get some bucks, you'll come back.
Thanks, Bosley.
Dick, I know this jail is a new experience for you, but you gotta learn to hold that liquor if you're gonna make it in here.
This is urine.
Why don't you shut your mouth, dick face?
Get Nick Bosley!
Afternoon, boys. What the milkman bring me today?
Shut up, Jones. You got a new cellmate. Name's Ronald Butts.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and try not to kill this one, all right?
Why did he say that for?
Listen, kid. I've seen some things in here. Dark stuff. Dark time.
And so, we leave our hero Nick Bosley beaten inside of solitary confinement. What will happen next? Tune in next time for another crazy adventure with Nick Bosley.
Live from the AOK production house, studio number 2. I'm Nick O'Kelly.
I'm Derek Daisy.
Welcome in, Derek.
Thank you, Nick.
To the Echo Radio Show. You're listening to it.
Well, I'm not listening to it. I'm giving it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. Back up, bro.
Man, what a week this has been.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about it, Nick?
I'm going to tell you what. I mean, I know we say this, or we've said this past couple of times, but it has been a scorcher. I mean,
really has.
Just like breathing in heat.
I'll tell you where I work, man. They have industrial AC, so it's kind of like I would think I'm in Alaska in the building, and then when I get outside, it's like I'm in Hawaii next to the volcano lava.
Well, I've added some lights here into the studio.
For those who are seeing by video.
Yeah, it should be brighter. We're going to keep, tinkering with it, but the unfortunate thing is it's going to make it hotter.
It's fine.
In here.
I can handle it.
I'm going to get us a fan.
That's fine.
We've got the AC going, but it is what it is.
No, I like it. It's fine.
So
I'm not fat anymore. Well, I am, but I don't have as much fat, so I feel fine.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully it's comfortable.
Speaking of fat, you were just telling me right before the music came off. You lost 8 pounds?
Yeah, 8 pounds down. How do you like that?
That's great. So what have you been doing?
Just like I said, cut out carbs. Been trying to measure out what I'm what I am eating.
Yeah.
Just cutting back portions. Less. No junk food.
Yeah.
I have to say I haven't had any, so that's good.
Good.
Yeah. It just
That's a week, right?
Yeah, 1 week.
8 pounds.
Yeah. So.
I mean,
I was actually, now I remember, I went back and listened to the show. I think I said 245. I was wrong.
Oh.
I actually weighed 250.
Wow.
So.
Okay.
So a little higher than I had thought, had not weighed in a while.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, down to 242.
Dude, I was up to 293 and I didn't notice. Like, I knew I was heavier. Like, I was like, well, I know I'm not 270. I'm probably 275. And then I got up to 293. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And so that was a wake up call. But yeah, I'm sitting at 255 right now. And I started running this week.
Oh, cool.
But what happens when you run?
This is the wrong week to run.
I run at night. So
okay.
So I wait till it's
Get
dark.
you a treadmill, maybe.
Yeah, well, I run. I mean, my neighborhood's really nice for running, so I started doing that. I love it, man. I really enjoy running, like a lot more than I thought I would.
We joined a gym while we were overseas, and I had gotten to where I was running. Well, we did the elliptical and the treadmill, but the elliptical was fast, and then running some on the treadmill too.
Yeah,
it's a lot of. I mean, it's good. It's really good. It's hard to it takes you. You have to get into it because it really, at first, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know I was this out of shape.
Yeah.
Because it's hard on you. But once you've done it for, a little while, you can start going further and further and longer.
All right, and I'm doing the app. It's called Couch to 5K. Yeah. So no, but it's cool because
true words have never been spoken.
It's true, but so what I mean, essentially what it does is it starts off like a 5-minute walk.
Yep.
And then you run for a minute, walk for a minute and a half, run for a minute.
Yeah.
Walk, and then then the next time you do about 5 extra minutes of that, and then I've got another one later this week, and then it's going to start extending my run times and walk times and what have you. But what I didn't realize was going to happen was that I was going to gain a little weight because your body, in order to protect itself, it holds on to water to heal muscles and stuff. So I gained 3 pounds after I started running, and
you're going to build some muscle too in your legs.
So that'll happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, the number thing, I'm keeping myself, accountable to my calories and what I'm eating. But I feel good. I've dropped 2 sizes in pants or shorts. So I was up at, I think the highest I was 42. Now I'm down to 38.
38's what I wear. I'm starting to feel it getting a little looser. That's nice. I can take them off without unbuttoning.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's great, man.
We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
I got one of these, too. I'll probably start trying to run as well again here in a little bit. But I finally... The thing I hated most about running was I would have to hold my iPhone because you can't keep it in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I got one of these arm things.
I do keep my phone in my pocket, but I have the wireless AirPods.
Well, I have I have the AirPods too.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like it in my pocket is because it, like when you're running shorts, it bounces everywhere. I hate that.
God, I don't even pay attention.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
bothers me. But
Yeah.
but this is cool. You can get one of these for like $10 or something.
Yeah, you should get an Apple Watch. Then you don't have to bring anything.
That's a good point. You can do, of course you can do music through there.
Yeah, you can save.
Yeah.
If you have a Series 1, you can save 2 gigs of music on it. If you have the Series 3 with cellular, you can. It has 16 gigs of storage. You can stream music on it. And all
can
that.
you do like Apple Podcasts and all that's on there or no?
Not yet. That's coming in the fall with
Okay,
WatchOS
cool.
5.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
I'll be. I've been thinking about it because my mother-in-law has one. Ashley got it for her, and she loves it.
Yeah.
You have it.
I have one. I love it. I could not have it. In fact, I wish I had $1,000 because I would buy. Whoa, sorry,
is that you?
That's me. My music on my phone just went off.
I was like, "Where's that coming from?"
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
I'm like about to turn everything down. I'm like, I don't know. I've never even heard that.
Nashville Teens is what it was. I have no idea where that came from. But
that's funny.
yeah, the watch system. I want the what's it called? The ceramic model, but it's over $1,000. And because there's 3 versions, right?
Yeah.
There's the aluminum, which is lighter. It's great for running.
Yeah.
But it's aluminum. It looks like a sport watch.
Yeah.
Then there's the stainless steel, and that's like reflective, and it's got sapphire crystal, which means it doesn't scratch, except diamond can scratch it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, stainless steel scratches.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've had that before, so it kind of gets rough after a while. But ceramic doesn't scratch, and stainless steel or sapphire crystal doesn't scratch. So it's pretty much, if you don't want a watch that ever looks like it's scuffed, you get the ceramic, but it's over $1,200. And it takes them days to make it. Like it's not like one of those they just put it in a factory and it's done in 20 minutes. It takes days to make them.
The problem is I need a new computer really more than the watch.
Yeah,
so
you do. Wow.
But it's maybe I'll put it up there for Christmas ideas.
Well, you could do Series 1. I mean, the whole deal, or do Series 3 non-cellular for $359.
Yeah, that's more manageable.
Yeah,
I can handle that probably.
Yeah, I'm just telling you if you want to look good.
Yeah, the other thing that's really, I know this is super nerdy, but
oh yeah, your Mickey Mouse things, and you can put those on the watch.
Exactly,
too.
They have. This is the for the viewers here. My annual pass Magic Band. I have a whole collection of them now.
Yeah,
and the new ones, you can unscrew the actual band or the piece in there that is the thing that lets you in the park.
Right,
you can take it out.
Yeah,
and they have holders on the Apple Watch for Apple Watch bands and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've thought about it.
I
know that's nerdy, but
you don't have to get the most expensive one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of computer you're going to get.
Another iMac.
iMac?
Definitely an iMac. I mean, as far as which size, that's the question.
Oh, you'll talk to me and I'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
You get it. Yeah.
But I love it. I love the iMac.
Yeah.
This thing is still running strong. I mean,
it's a 2011 iMac. I bought it at a Best Buy.
Yeah,
and
which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and then like a year later, I got a Mac Pro, like a 12-core Mac Pro, very powerful computer, and I'm like, well, Nick, listen, dude, I'm gonna give you the deal of a lifetime.
Yeah, and it was.
I gave it $500. I was like, I'm gonna sell it to you because I want you to do some stuff for me, bass, guitar, and like I was having him do it to do music for me, and then also do our radio show. We were doing our podcast together.
Yep.
The old version into the Echo. And
wasn't live,
still running.
What I did do is I upgraded the RAM, so now all 4 slots are 4 gigs.
Yeah.
So there's 16 gigs of RAM. That's the highest you can go in this computer.
Yeah.
And that helped out quite a bit, just with processing. Yeah. I mean, I still can't, it does everything I need to do. So when we record a skit or a commercial or something, I can. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anything more than what we've done, like with just a few effects and a few audio files, it starts. You can tell.
Yeah.
It'll crash it every once in a while.
Oh, it's 2011.
But other than that, I mean, for what?
7 years.
Yeah, I know, it's wild. But I mean, we're streaming this thing through a program, through a platform with Spreaker. We have Skype that runs at the same time. We have the soundboard, all my articles pulled up. No problem.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'll tell you, when you get that new iMac, I'm going to make sure you build a good one. Don't worry.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I mean, I don't need a huge amount of storage, so that's why I'm trying to figure out what size, but I want to get as good as I can possibly get.
Yeah, you're going to, honestly, for you, buddy, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do a 27-inch iMac.
It's got to be 27-inch.
27-inch. And what's nice about that is you can change the RAM. That's the only one you can upgrade the RAM in later.
Okay.
And it holds up to 64 gigs of RAM.
Nice.
Now from there, it comes with a thing called Fusion Drive. If you buy the smaller one, like the cheapest 27-inch. But I'm going to recommend you don't do Fusion Drive. I'm going to recommend you just go all out and do flash storage.
Okay.
It's going to be a couple $100 more, but the computer, you know how fast like a MacBook Air thing is?
I have one for work.
Yeah, well, computers don't just open up that fast if they have a spinning hard drive in them.
Yeah.
And a Fusion Drive has the spinning drive and solid state. So you're going to do flash, so it's just super fast, and you're going to have more processing power, and you're going to have the ability to upgrade the RAM later, and you're going to have a 5K display.
The only thing is one of the reasons why I'm not going to get a MacBook.
Yeah,
I don't want a laptop.
Yeah.
I don't have a use for it.
Yeah,
but is there still USB?
Yeah, on the iMac.
Yeah, so that's why that was the main reason. Because I thought about, I think the Power Macs have it too. I think Power Mac's just too much.
MacBook
I don't really need
Pro?
it. No, I'm sorry. What do you have? The Mac?
I have the Mac Pro.
Mac Pro.
The
Sorry,
tower.
not Power Mac. The Tower.
Yeah.
I thought about that, but I think it's because if I'm going to get a good computer, you know, I think it's just a little too much.
Yeah, it's $3,000.
Yeah.
You don't do it.
I don't do enough for it.
The iMac, I'm telling you, we'll get you a very good iMac for $1,900, $2,000.
But I definitely want the 27-inch. I've already decided on that.
Yeah.
And, so pretty much, like, I don't want this. The problem is I don't want this to go completely bad where we can't do the show.
Yeah.
And then I have to get one.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen.
But
Tonight.
I think within the next year I'm going to be ready to go ahead.
You just let me know.
I'm ready.
We'll make it happen. Ready? Just write a check.
No, I have to. I got to go slow on my wife. You know, we've made a lot of big purchases, including a house.
Yeah.
So
this is pretty small compared to a house, so I think it'll be fine. this is
let's get her in here. You tell her that.
This is 0.0. Like the kind of percentage. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Speaking of Apple, I saw something pretty funny today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but there's a lot of scrambling going on. Huh. By the way, before we get to that, AT&T and Comcast has gone through in just drop my jaw, cannot believe this, that went through. The deal to merge.
Wait. I thought it was
AT&T. What did I say? AT&T and Time
Warner.
I'm sorry. What did I say? I'm sorry.
Like,
not
what?
Comcast. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Comcast Disney. No. AT&T and Time Warner.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's gone through.
Yeah.
It through the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. I'm thinking if there is an antitrust, or not an anti, but if there is a trust, a monopoly, that's it, right? Like we have laws to keep that from happening.
Oh, I mean, let's say pretty much they got HBO out of it. I don't know.
And that's the cool thing. That's something I had not thought about. So they're changing it now. It's going to be Warner Media.
Yeah.
And this is going to have Turner, CNN, HBO. The CEO, John Martin, is stepping down, actually. He was going to stay on for a year. I think that was part of the stipulation.
From AT&T?
Yeah. He's the AT&T CEO.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry. Turner CEO is exiting as AT&T buys Time Warner.
Okay.
He was going to stay on as like a consultant. So there's a lot of like shuffling going on within that company.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that was like underhanded deals with the justices and say, look, this guy's out. We're going to bring new people in. We're going to reshuffle, and then you let it go through.
Yeah.
After we kind of grease the wheels. I hope that didn't happen, but anyway. So the one cool thing about it, though, is that HBO is going to get a bigger budget.
Yeah.
And I was looking at those numbers, which is pretty interesting. HBO is going to have a $2.5 billion budget, but that's in comparison with Netflix's $8 billion budget.
Wow. Yeah, HBO's not. I mean, that's the thing. It's what they do with it. Netflix doesn't. They have $8 billion, but they don't do a lot of great things with that $8 billion. They got some good things, but like nothing on Netflix compares to Game of Thrones.
No.
Nothing.
I mean, the best thing that came out of Netflix, still in my opinion, I mean, there's been a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
but
there's good stuff.
House of Cards, I think, is... Can we agree that's probably the best?
Yeah. Well, I like House of Cards, yeah.
I mean, and the problem is, now the whole Kevin Spacey thing, they're still going to do it with just her?
With her, yeah.
It's going to be terrible. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I'm not a sexist.
Yeah, she wasn't my favorite character on the show.
I don't like her in anything.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in Princess Bride. She's super boring. She's in Wonder Woman. Super boring.
And she ruined Forrest's life in Forrest Gump.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Robin Wright.
She was Jenny.
Yeah, that's right. God, how did I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I mean, she got AIDS.
Yeah, but out of every character in that movie,
yeah,
you know, you have Lieutenant Dan, you've got Bubba, you've got Tom Hanks, Jenny is like the lead. I'm like, why do you care about this girl? She sucks. And she's
they
got
grew up
AIDS.
together, Nick. Yeah, I know. They don't know. They didn't know there was AIDS back then. Come on.
I love Jenny.
Hello.
Like, that was literally the worst part of that movie.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Princess Bride. I'm like, why are you going after her? She sucks.
What have you?
She pushed him down a hill.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, HBO is going to get a bigger budget. So that's interesting to me because, Game of Thrones, even though it's ending after one more season.
Well, they got a prequel coming.
Which I think will be really cool. Yeah. I hope.
Wow.
So, but now there's a lot of scrambling going on because of this merger with AT&T and Time Warner, and now you've got the Disney. I really don't think Comcast is the right place for Fox assets.
God, no, it's not.
And think about the implications of having Comcast, who is basically your television provider, so direct-to-video kind of thing.
Yeah, and they already got NBC.
Right.
I don't think having NBC and Fox makes sense.
No.
But you got to make the same argument for Disney. They have ABC. And
but Disney is a channel. Disney is not a cable provider.
True. Yeah.
So that's my big thing here. Yeah. I'm like, but that doesn't make sense. Why? I mean, of course, for Comcast it makes sense. Yeah. Buy up everything you can.
Yeah.
But do you really want a movie production company having a television programming company where all of a sudden all we're going to see is Fox programming everywhere?
What has Comcast done, really?
Nothing.
They've
bought a bunch of
customer
stuff.
service.
Yeah, I hate Comcast.
Their internet is terrible. They don't care about you. Disney, they care. And I pay them.
I know it sounds cliche, but I really do kind of believe that Disney won't ruin the Fox
right.
stuff.
I think it's only going to make it better.
Yeah, it definitely will heighten. I mean, think about what they've done with every other thing they've bought. Marvel is Marvel now.
Yeah.
It wasn't before.
Right.
And Fox is the one who ruined it.
Right. I mean, Fox did okay with it for a little bit.
X-Men.
And X-Men 2. And that was it. Yeah, and then it started to go downhill, and then they took over. Well, they had Spider-Man with Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire, and then they said, you know what? Let's just do something really stupid and terrible.
Yeah.
And they did Spider-Man 3. And then they were like, just kidding. Let's do something else that's stupid and terrible. And they came out with the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
So I don't want to see Comcast get it. But getting back to my point, there's a lot of scrambling, and Apple's gotten in on that scrambling. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh, of course.
Signing a multi-year deal with the corpse Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
And you get a TV show, and you get a TV
might as
show.
Well. Dude, who's got more money than Apple right now?
Where did she come from? I mean, seriously, where has Oprah been all this time, and who cares whether or not she has new programming?
Well, she had her own channel.
Yeah, she's got. Yeah, but okay, I'm sure there's women out there.
Yeah.
That watch it.
There are a lot of women.
But really, I mean, I don't know. I think Oprah is done.
Yeah.
And she did that god-awful movie, which was a Disney movie, by the way.
Oh, the Wrinkle in Time, yeah.
That was a big flop.
Did you see it?
No. I refused to see it.
Well,
I saw the first one. I read the book. I hate that story. Do you like the story?
No, I've never. I don't even know what it is.
Oh, you didn't read it in school? See, I had to read it in middle school, I think.
What grade?
It was like summer reading. I don't remember.
Oh, no.
6th or 7th
I never
grade.
did summer reading.
Actually, no, I think it was 5th grade.
They'd make suggestions for summer reading. I'd be like, I'm not doing that. It's my summer vacation. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Well, I forgot who I'm talking to.
Yeah. Do you remember in college, the first semester before we started college, we were given a book, Why Technology Bites Back?
Yeah, it is actually right here on my bookshelf.
Is it?
Yeah, keep talking. I'll find it.
Yeah, because what was really funny about that is I remember being sent that email probably June of the summer, and they said, you got to make sure that you buy this book and read it because you're going to have to talk about it in your first year seminar.
Why Things Bite Back.
Why Things Bite Back.
I met the guy.
You did?
Yeah, he came to a luncheon and we got to go. I got his second book is on here too.
Yeah.
This one sucks.
Yeah.
It's really depressing.
Well, but what was interesting is, like, you know, I decided to go looking for the book a week before I started college.
That's not a good time to try to read that.
And I didn't read it at all. And you know what? I still got through the class and actually got an A in it. So Just goes to
so
show.
here's the other one. You can show the camera.
All right, yeah. For those who are looking on the camera, here's this book.
So that's the other one, Our Own Devices. It was actually pretty good. Yeah, he was an interesting person. He came for a luncheon, and the honors students, I think, I don't remember who or why I met him, but we went to the luncheon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. But no, I've read them both.
I was terrible at that stuff. It's just because it wasn't interesting to me. I wasn't going to school to read about that kind of crap.
Well, Why Things Bite Back is very boring. It's a very boring book.
Yeah. I mean, I just remember our teacher opened up conversation about it, and everybody just talked about it kind of vaguely.
Yeah.
And I'd chime in with a couple ideas that I would piggyback on someone else, and that was all I did.
Well, Wrinkle in Time,
okay,
if you're ever so inclined, is got to be one of... It's like that South Park episode where they're making fun of Inception.
Yeah.
And Stan makes the point that just because it's a complicated idea doesn't make it a good movie.
Inception was awesome.
Well, I agree. I like Inception too.
All right, okay.
But that's the point they're making, is that it's a complicated storyline, and the whole joke of that episode is that it's Inception, which is a funny episode.
Oh, yeah.
They say, look, just because it's a complicated story doesn't mean it's a good movie. I like the movie. I didn't agree with them, but that was their point. Well, anyway, this, in my opinion, applies to A Wrinkle in Time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't see the movie. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But it's like string theory, like where you rip the space-time continuum and all this bunch of crap, and it's just stupid. Like, the story is really stupid. And I'm reading this book as a fifth grader, and I'm like, what is this? And there's this scene with like this sensuality with kids and nakedness, and it's very strange. So it's actually funny to go watch the original movie.
Oh, when did that come out?
It was like a TV movie. I don't even know if it was a in theaters thing. It might have been.
Was it on Disney Channel?
I don't know if it was Disney.
Okay.
Early 90s.
Okay.
Really bad.
Okay. Good.
Anyway, Oprah was in it.
Yeah.
So
in the original?
No, she's in the new one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a flop, big time.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing the trailer, and I'm like, why the hell would I go see that? There's like 47 movies this summer I have to go see that I know.
Yeah, I know. You need to.
I have only seen one, Star Wars.
But, I mean, this is the scrambling that's going on, and I'm thinking to myself, why can't we get new creative people? I mean, because like Netflix, they got Ryan Murphy from American Horror Story and Pose, and they signed up Shonda Rhimes, who did Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder on ABC. These hit television shows. I'm not a big fan of the last two.
Yeah.
But Netflix has signed those two writer-directors. So now Apple's like, oh, crap, we got to grab Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. And here's, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just all these random people. And I'm like, just try something new.
Yeah.
I don't want Oprah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go get Apple products because Oprah's on there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like that car karaoke.
Yeah.
Where they took the James Corden show and just did it on Apple Music for a while, but I was like, well, that's not enough to motivate me to get Apple Music. It's a nice perk if you have Apple Music, but yeah, that's the TV, I don't know, that content stuff. I think there's just so many, and ultimately I'm going to have to pick which one I want, because I don't like, if you pick all of them, then you're paying what you would have paid if you just got cable.
Yeah.
So you have to essentially decide, all right, which one's going to give me the best bang for my buck, because I don't want to pay more than $20, $25 for TV, because I don't watch that much TV anymore.
And that's the conversation we've had about why I have cable, because if I actually bought the channels, which some of them have packages that I watch, I would still pay a good bit of money each month and then have to buy internet. So, for me, until there's something that's comparable, I'm just not going to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's too bad. It really is too bad. I think Apple had an opportunity in there. Yeah.
We'll see how things go next couple years.
But I did see a good movie this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard.
Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
It was worth the wait.
I just, seeing all the reviews I'm reading they're not as glowing as you said this was.
I loved it. It took a few minutes to to get back into the story because it picks up right where it left off.
Uh-huh.
And I was a little nervous in the beginning of it because I was like, oh, what are they doing here? It seems like they're just kind of dragging it out. But then when you meet the villain and you see what's happening and you kind of get an idea of the story, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, it was very well written. The computer graphics are just so amazing.
Yeah, Pixar.
Pixar always has one thing in their films that is the hardest to animate.
Uh-huh.
And in this one, it was the motorcycle that she drives, which you've seen in the trailer.
Uh-huh.
The Elastigirl.
Oh,
Elastigirl's bike. I think she calls it the Elastibike or something. It's really cool. But it's going very fast. It's an electric bike, and it's going like 100-plus miles an hour. And because it's so fast, they had to make the reaction around it look real.
Yeah.
Like when she jumps on the ledge and stuff flies off and all this. So they were talking about how difficult that was to animate because it's got to look like it's moving this fast.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic, and it looks great. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Well, they've done a lot of things like that. I remember, like, distinctly back when they did A Bug's Life, and the big thing in that movie was rain and grass.
Yeah.
And how the grass would move independently when it got hit by rain, and they didn't have to go in and render or animate each blade of grass. They created a program that made it do it.
Yeah. Yep.
And I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, with each movie, they make
right.
these little jumps ahead.
Yeah.
You know, in Up, it was the clouds.
Yeah.
In the first Incredibles, it was her hair because it's a very silky, like purple blackish kind of look.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of her character. So they always tell you what the hardest. I think it's amazing. That's the Pixar difference.
Yeah.
That's where DreamWorks, people say, why is DreamWorks just not as good? It has a lot to do with writing, in my opinion, a lot to do with the stories, but also just that technology. And Disney's got it. They got that money.
I do wonder what will happen with John Lasseter gone, though. I mean, because he was a big driving force on why they did so well, because he's behind some of the biggest franchises they have.
I'm not so worried about Pixar, and I'm going to have to look this up. I'm more worried about Disney animation.
Okay.
Because that's Jennifer Lee. She was the director of Frozen. And I get it, and I don't want to say it was that they picked her just because, you know, she's a girl, could be. I think she's very deserving of it, probably, at least in her accomplishments. She's a very acclaimed director at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't, other than Frozen, which was good, I don't really know like what deems her a creative force.
Well, what is she doing?
She's gonna be. See, they're splitting it up. John Lasseter was the creative consultant for Disney animation,
okay,
and Disney like parks and everything else.
Yeah.
And the like head, whatever, of Pixar.
Yeah.
So now they're splitting it up. They're going to have a head of Pixar, which I cannot remember his name, and I can't find it fast enough.
Yeah.
I feel stupid.
Well, you are.
And then she's going to be the head of Disney Animation. So it's been John Lasseter in that entire role, and he's been a big part of why Frozen was so good, and Tangled was so good, and
yeah, there's some good songs in Tangled.
Big Hero 6, which was
I
awesome.
didn't see that. Man, I'm really behind on Pixar movies.
Big Hero 6 is Disney.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
but,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All those movies. I think the last Disney animation movie I saw was, what was it? It was Zootopia.
Disney.
Was good. Yeah.
Zootopia was great.
Yeah, it really was. It was funny.
And he's a big part of that. Pete Docter. There we go.
Okay.
Pete Docter was the co-director of Up and Inside Out. And Jennifer Lee was the co-director of Frozen. Yeah. Now, Pete Docter has been being groomed for some years to step into John Lasseter's spot.
Course.
I don't really. I think that the Pixar team is pretty stout.
Well, I'm sure they built essentially an environment that fostered that type of creativity that made them successful in the beginning, and they're like, all right, let's make sure we capture that lightning in a bottle.
And again, that's what the complaint was with John Lasseter. Not so much the touching. I think they overplayed that his signature hugs, which is that's what they actually said. They said he has signature hugging, and I don't even know what that means, but I think that was overplayed because of the whole Me Too thing that was happening. I think the real issue was that he was evidently squashing creative talent.
Oh, really?
That's why Rashida Jones left. She didn't leave because she was sexually harassed.
Oh yeah, she said that.
She left because she didn't feel like her and her colleagues were allowed to give their creative input, that John Lasseter was doing just basically what he wanted to do. Now, granted, everything
he does works.
What he does works, so you can't really. But that was the whole complaint.
Yeah.
Outside of the hugs.
Well, and I mean, you also have to consider, like, Toy Story is a very prized possession of his. It was his idea, so
and it's fantastic.
But and that's what they were trying to co-write. And if that was the case, I mean, dude.
And Cars.
Cars
is his thing, too.
Yeah, I never got into Cars. Like, Cars 1, sure, but 2 and 3 never...
Well, 2 sucked.
Yeah.
I liked 3. I thought it was better.
Yeah.
But the first one was great. But that's the thing. Toy Story is the only franchise that... And 4's coming out, so we'll see. Mm-hmm. Where the sequels have not fallen flat. Like, I liked Finding Dory, but it wasn't the same... I mean, it was good. It was funny.
Yeah, but I watched it once. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as good.
Finding Nemo was a lot more...
It was a little more... You cared more.
Yeah, they had more characters that I cared about.
And same thing, we just said Cars 2 is the same thing. I'm trying to think of, was there any other sequel? No, Incredibles 2 is definitely really good. Yeah. Brad Bird's a fantastic director. Yeah. But Toy Story 2, I loved it. I thought it was great. 3 was even better. Yeah. So I don't know. I am not worried about Pixar. I'm worried about Disney.
Okay.
But we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
After noticeable changes in the food and bev industry, we saw an opportunity to do a necessary brand change. Instead of BK, we will now be known as PK. That's right, your favorite burger joint will now be known as Pancake King. Almost nothing on the menu will change, except we will no longer be selling burgers. Our famous Whopper will have a flame-grilled pancake, topped with juicy tomatoes, fresh lettuce, creamy mayonnaise, ketchup, crunchy pickles, and a sliced white onion on a soft sesame seed bun. That's right, we just swapped the burger for the pancake. It's delicious. Come on down to Pancake King and see what all the fuss is about.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amber Jones, writer of the book Cheating Will Solve All of Your Problems. For the last 6 years, I've toured the country interviewing thousands of individuals and families and have made some startling discoveries. Most happy marriages are the result of extreme cheating. I've given my book as an early release to 100 couples, and here are some of the results.
My wife and I got along great before. We loved each other and had fun. Once I read the book, I got myself a girlfriend on the side, and I'm having the time of my life. I guess you can have your cake and eat it too. And eat some other cake on the side with ice cream.
My husband and I were on the rocks after he hit me off and on over the course of our last 3 years. But after reading Dr. Amber Jones's book, I met someone else and we killed my husband. Now we travel the world, never staying in place for longer than a few days.
There are hundreds of other stories just like this, and I believe once you get this book, your marriage can begin to grow. To get your copy, visit my website.
And we're back. It's To the Echo Radio Show. All right, let's get back into it. So there's a lot of that scrambling going on in these days, and you just have to wonder what's all going to come out. But speaking of Incredibles, they had a $180 million opening weekend.
I crushed Solo. Crushed it.
Just funny.
Disney's going to be fine. Like, that's the
I
thing.
think so.
Yeah, Disney can really just, like, they could have 3 or 4 failures and still come out in the black.
$180 million over the weekend in 4,410 theaters. Finding Dory was the previous at $135 million. I mean, it's just consistently more and more and more. I mean, it's a machine.
Yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable.
They know how to pump it.
Oh, yeah. And another movie that came out this weekend, I thought this was pretty funny, was a new John Travolta movie called Gotti. Oh, yeah. So, for the third time in John Travolta's career, this has received a resounding 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really? Yeah, because there was Battlefield or Battlestar.
Actually, that wasn't even the one. So I thought this was interesting. The other ones that got that, this is the third one. So the others that got literally a 0% rating now was Staying Alive and the 1993 film Look Who's Talking Now.
I like Look Who's Talking Now.
Well, evidently Rotten Tomatoes did, and for me that brings up a good little conversation of what is your opinion. There's been a lot of talk about Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
What do you think that Rotten Tomatoes does to the movie industry, good or bad?
I don't think the numbers are true of representation if the film is good or bad, because there's been many that they're like 98%. I'm like, that movie was garbage.
Yeah.
And then movies that they say are garbage, I'm like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
So you're taking everybody's opinions, which are drastically different, and you're trying to say, yep, they're good, they're bad based on that. And it's like, hey, look at Star Wars Last Jedi. Critics loved it. 93%. And then, but all the people watched it. It was like 30%, 40%, right?
And they do have the audience score on there.
Yeah,
which you can see.
But it was like drastically different. But that's the thing. But they still rate it based on what the critics say, not what the audience says.
Yeah,
that's what the final.
And I do like reading what the critics have to say. If it's a movie that I'm really anticipating, I will find myself going on there and pulling all of those critics' reviews. Some of them are pretty funny because the guy, like, some people really tear into these movies, which is so funny to me. I mean, we do too.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's, I mean, I always look at it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's funny because some movies, and there's the whole conspiracy theory, quote unquote, that Marvel gets the best reviews and DC doesn't.
Yeah, but DC movies have really sucked.
Yeah, they suck.
I mean,
right?
they really have. Like, I'm a huge Batman fan, big time, and I saw Batman versus Superman. I'm like,
I watched it today. It was on TV.
Yeah,
for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and I thought, oh my god, it's so bad.
It is.
It's so bad.
And it was so bad I didn't even want to see Justice League, but I did see Suicide Squad, and that was equally bad.
Terrible. I mean, that one, it was a mess. And I mean, it was better.
It was funnier.
It was fun. I think that was what it was. It was funnier.
Yeah.
But like, then they make these weird decisions, like with the crocodile guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It really was. It's just like they had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah, it's a mess.
And it's like, hey, man, give it to Marvel and Disney. Like, they are planning stuff, and they're doing it.
Because Marvel, your comic book writers are at least involved in the screenwriting, if not doing it themselves.
Yeah.
I saw that Michael Bendis, what's his first name? Anyway, he's a big Marvel comic writer, has just been signed up by DC. They're bringing him over. He was actually responsible for a few characters. So Miles Morales, who became Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe, and Iron Girl, or whatever it was, the girl Iron Man. He invented those characters, and he had a big role to play in Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man Homecoming. And so DC signed him up. Actually, this happened 2 days ago?
A few days ago.
Yeah. Can't remember his first name. Anyway, Michael Bendis, whatever.
Yeah.
So now DC's like, all right, let's just start pulling some of these writers
you
over.
have to, because they don't know what they're doing. Like right now, I've read that they're going to do a standalone Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix. But they're also going to do one with Jared Leto. And then they're going to do a standalone Batman movie, and they're not going to use, the rumor is they're not using
Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I meant to bring that up on a previous show because I thought Jared Leto, like, that was a part of Suicide Squad that I was like, I thought he did a pretty good job, but he's not in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even there.
In fact, I heard he shot a lot more footage.
Yeah, he did.
It never made it into the movie.
So what was the point? Like, he shows up at the very end, and he's on a helicopter, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the whole, like, Harley Quinn connection.
Yeah.
But
It was
you're going to sign up Jared Leto, who is a good actor.
Yeah.
He's been in some strange movies, but he's an accomplished actor, I think.
Yeah. Well, and he's also got a very good band, 30 Seconds to Mars.
I like 30 Seconds. Do you like them?
Yeah. I didn't know it was him until that movie came out.
He's a
high singer.
Yeah, he's a wild performer.
Oh, yeah.
There's a video of, what's that big song that Break Me Down? What's that song? Anyway, their main song.
Yeah, I remember the one with the eagle in the beginning. Whoa! I just don't know how he does it.
So, if you go YouTube, their song,
or Apple Music or Spotify it.
Yeah, right.
Or Amazon Music in it.
You can see this performance that he does where it's one of these. I love the stages that have like a big walkway out into the center of the crowd, and there's like a little mini stage out there.
Yeah.
There's this performance that he does where he doesn't have a shirt on, and he walks out there singing this song, and the crowd is like, I mean, this was a huge crowd, like 100,000 people.
Of course.
And he's just freaking out singing. Really, really good performer.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought his performance of the Joker was good.
Yeah.
So my big question is, will he be able to stand on his own?
Yeah.
As the Joker? I mean, because now we have the bar that was set by Heath Ledger, which was previously set by Jack Nicholson.
Right.
Would you like to see? They're talking about doing I think they are doing the Jared Leto Joker movie.
Yeah.
Would you like to see it? Do you think he could do it? Hopefully he won't die after it.
I don't know, but I mean, the fact that there's a Joaquin Phoenix one now too.
I don't like Joaquin Phoenix.
After that, I'm Still Here movie, where it was kind of like a hoax movie that he did. Remember when he grew the beard and the sunglasses?
Yeah, and he like tricked everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody cares.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Please watch my movies.
But the problem is, because none of it's connected, none of it's, like one doesn't lead to another. I'm like, well, why am I investing my time watching these movies if it doesn't mean anything?
Yeah.
Because I guess I'm spoiled because Marvel's does.
Yeah.
And DC, I thought that's what they're going for. I'm like, well, I got to go see them all, and I did, and I'm like, I don't want to watch these anymore.
I just don't like all the CG.
Yeah,
it's so green screen
heavy.
Yeah,
like God, get back to normal Batman where he's not freaking in front of things that don't exist. Like, dude, I like Batman because he's a real person. Flash can be really cool, like you can do the speed thing without taking it to aliens.
The TV show is great.
Yeah.
And I also don't understand why they didn't cast, I don't know the actor's name, but the actor from the television show is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's so good at that role.
Yeah.
And then they cast somebody else for the movie, which now I'm glad they did. But I mean, that's where they're getting it wrong.
And even on TV, how they have the Gotham show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have this guy who's named Jerome in the show and his twin brother, and they're the Joker, but they're not the Joker because they're contractually not allowed to have the Joker in the show. So instead of green hair and red lips, they can do purple hair and do everything exactly the same, but they're not, quote, unquote, the Joker. And I think that's just stupid. I just don't. DC, I'm just not invested, I'm not going to spend any more money on DC stuff until they give me a reason to, like a good freaking reason.
Well, there is one thing that came out this week. It's a lot of information to throw at you, but a lot of stuff came out this week. Ben Affleck will not be playing in the solo Batman movie.
Yeah, I did read that. Well, it's not for sure, but it's kind of for sure.
Although again... He is not the reason that I don't like Batman.
I thought he did fine.
I thought he did pretty good.
Yeah.
He bulked up for it.
Yeah. He was a good old Batman.
I thought so, and now he's gone, so I'm like, oh great, now we got to try a new person.
Yeah.
It's like going through all the James Bonds to get to Daniel Craig. I could get rid of Pierce and all those other crappy actors. I don't want to go through. Give me one Batman.
Well, and that's the thing. This new Batman movie that they're working on is supposedly supposed to have. It's going to take place for a young Batman, like a year one, kind of like year one, but not like Batman Begins. But it's going to be that and him against like Deadshot or one of those.
And
I don't know.
DC animated is great.
Yeah,
I own most of the DC animated films. Definitely all the Batmans. Like even the ones that don't have Kevin Conroy in it.
Yeah,
which he's my favorite voice actor. Like Bad Blood and these new ones that have come out are really, really good. Yeah. But one of the ones I didn't like was the year one.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. So,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So anyway, that's that I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm not very excited to see that Ben Affleck is leaving, but I think he's like, no, this sucks. He doesn't want to be in it.
Yeah, well, because he knows it's a lost cause at this point. There's no redeeming it.
Yeah,
he was in 2 or 3 movies that really just didn't do great, and as Batman, Suicide Squad, Justice League, Batman vs. Superman.
Well, Derek, we got to do this quick.
All right.
Run out of time. I have something fun for you.
Okay.
I need you to read these 4 statements. You've got 30 seconds.
All right.
Now I'm going to read them to the audience as you read them.
Oh, so, okay. All right.
So give me 1 second. I'll tell you to go.
Okay.
You're going to be interrogated.
Okay.
Like you're in a police interrogation.
Okay.
About this information.
All
as
right.
soon as you're done. So you got 30 seconds. Are you ready?
To learn it?
To learn it.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
For the audience, your name is Sam Anderson. You robbed a bank on Saturday at 11 a.m. and got away with $100,000. Your brother Conrad was your accomplice. For your alibis, Conrad told his girlfriend that he was picking up an extra shift at his job that day, working construction. You texted your best friend Alex saying that you were spending the day at a coffee shop near the beach. Derek, time is up.
All right. I'm not going to remember this. I don't remember names or anything.
All right.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is Can You Beat a Lie Detector Test?
Okay. Okay.
Derek,
Yeah.
the police are now questioning you about what happened on Saturday. Your mission is to get through the test without exposing the fact that you're guilty of the crime.
Okay.
Let's see if you can keep your story straight. Your name is Sam Anderson, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you know anything about the bank robbery that took place last Saturday?
No, sir.
Think back to last week. Where were you on Saturday morning?
Well, that's a great question. Saturday? Oh, crap. Oh, man. God, I was probably stoned. I don't know.
You can say I can't remember.
Oh.
Love it. Let me give you some multiple choice.
All right.
My friend's house, I can't remember, or the coffee shop.
Last Saturday?
Yeah.
My friend's house.
All right. Which coffee shop were you at last Saturday?
Oh. A coffee shop? It was the one at the beach.
Yeah. Okay. Can anyone confirm that for us?
My sister can. Go ahead and call her.
We're going to check out your alibi, Sam.
Okay.
Did you tell anyone you were going to the coffee shop that day?
Conrad. I think my brother, he's pretty sure I was going there.
Come on, Sam. If you confess right now, we can make a deal. Are you sure you don't know anything about the robbery?
No, I don't know anything.
Your phone records show that you called your brother 3 times that day and your friend twice. What's your brother's name again?
Conrad.
And what's your best friend's name?
Brad? I don't...
The interrogator scribbles something in her notebook and looks up at the security camera. Do you know what Alex was doing that afternoon?
Alex? No. I don't.
What about your brother? Where was he?
Well, he was with me.
Was he at the park, the library, or at work?
At work.
Does your brother usually work on Saturday morning, Sam?
Sometimes, yeah.
We've got one more question before we let you go.
Okay.
What does your brother do for work?
I don't know.
Construction, teaching, or sales?
Construction.
All right.
Sorry. Damn it.
So, can you fool the lie detector? Derek, you got 9 out of 13 right. You didn't get caught, but you're still a suspect.
Oh, wow.
You slipped up a couple of times, but only on the small details.
Oh. So I get to go?
Yeah, you can go
All
for
right,
it.
thanks. All right. Yeah, I'm very bad at short information and then knowing it. Yeah.
I did that this afternoon. I failed 7 out of 13.
Really? And, that's weird because you're usually very good with short-term memory. Like, you could go study the night before and not know any of the information of the class, and you'd study that night and get an A.
Yeah.
And I would try to do the same thing, and I'd bomb it. I'd fail.
Fun, though.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. A little fast tonight, running a little behind at the start, but hey, we got here. We did it.
We did it. I appreciate it.
Yay! So we'll see you Sunday night.
Yes.
It's been To The Echo Radio Show. Check us out, totheecho.com.
Spreaker.
At Spreaker as well, just SPREAKER.com, search for To The Echo Radio Show.
Yeah.
Check out Twitter at To The Echo Radio.
Yep. Message us. say hi. Patreon.com/ToTheEchoRadio.
Yeah, go sponsor us, please.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. ToTheEcho.com. That's where all our stuff is. So if you just want to check out more information on us, do that. Hope you enjoy our little comic in the video.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if I could do it. Nick's been forcing me to read all these Star Wars comics, and that was my response.
And it was great.
Yes. So.
And our skit, too. We didn't even mention it, but we hope you enjoyed it. Nick Bosley goes to prison.
Yeah. It's a great time, wasn't it? Good job, Nick.
Thanks. I tried real hard. Well, we'll see you then.
All right.
So, same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah! To the Echo!
Radio Show. I'm Derek Casey.
I'm Nick O'Kelly.
We'll see you.
To the Echo Radio Show.
Hatred, anger, revenge. That's what keeps me going. Every second brings me joy knowing that I will be your end.
And so I said, I don't funky, I monkey.